Good afternoon and a very warm welcome back to the channel. So this morning I've already test ridden a Royal Enfield Interceptor, a Royal Enfield Bear, and now it's the turn of the Guerrilla 450 to see if this can be my new bike in 2025. Okay, so in the villages there's a commuter bike, slow speed riding. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to be better than the Interceptor. This is going to be better than the Bear 650. Although I must admit, on the Bear 650, look at them having a pub lunch. What a day to be alive, eh? Staring at me thinking, who's that idiot on YouTube filming me? Anyway, I digress. So yeah, the Bear 650's got that nice commanding riding position, but this is light, it's nimble, it's agile, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. Slow speed riding, it's great. Okay, let's drop it down to third, push her on. Yeah. I really do love this engine, folks. I've experienced it in the Himalayan 450 before. If you've not seen my video on the channel for that, go check it out. And I wasn't a huge fan of the engine in that bike. The Himalayan to me is an old workhorse, an old chugger, and the engine never really suited. I don't think the new Himalayan should have the old Himalayan name. If that's what I'm trying to say, it should be a new bike entirely, because they're so different. I didn't like the engine in that bike particularly, but in this, it suits it so well. It's a little bit like I was saying a couple of weeks ago with the Interceptor. It's not got the best brakes, it's not got the best handling, it's not got the quickest engine, but that's okay because it's characterful, and all of those things make that bike what it is, and they all complement each other. They're all on the same page. It's the same with this bike. The brakes are a bit better, the handling is a lot better, and despite this being a 41 brake horsepower single cylinder engine as opposed to the twin in the Interceptor, this goes an awful lot better. And if I'm comparing this with the Speed 400, I much prefer the engine in this. I mentioned a few weeks ago again that on the Speed 400 not a lot happens below 7,000 RPM, and then when it kicks in hard. Well, this doesn't have a power band as such, it doesn't kick in as hard as that bike. However, it's just linear all throughout. So you can use that power straight off the bat. And that's what makes this bike so fun. I've ridden 3 pretty special bikes today. Fun factor, I've got to say this wins, and I never thought I'd say that. This was my wildcard entry into the My New Bike series. I wanted a modern classic. I've always admired the Guerrilla from afar, shall we say, and it was always the outside contender that, to be honest with you, I didn't think had a hope in hell of winning. Well, this little bike has well and truly staked its claim. Do I need another single? God no, I've got 2 already. Would it be nice to have a twin? Absolutely. But my God, this is fun. I know I say it a lot, folks, but you've not ridden one of these. Get out and do it, and do it now. Such a cracking bike. I cannot say I've been this excited about the other 2 bikes I've been on today. Brilliant engine. try the brakes. Okay, not amazing, but probably on par with the Speed 400 there. It's probably a good thing, because I was probably gushing a little bit too much about this bike.
Now for me, this is the most natural riding position out of any of the bikes I've ridden today. There's a really, really nice relationship between the seat, the handlebars and the foot pegs. The handlebars for me are nicely within reach, whereas unfortunately with the Bear 650 they weren't. One of the great things about this bike is the seat height is nice and low, so it's only 780mm. So as you can see, I can flat foot this really, really easily, and it's an absolute doddle for shorter riders as well.
As far as handling goes on this bike, I feel as though it's in the middle of the Bear and the Interceptor. I don't think the Guerrilla can beat the Bear, simply because the Bear's got the Showa suspension, this bike hasn't, but the suspension on this is a noticeable upgrade from the Interceptor. So it's so darty, it's so pointy, it goes where you want it to go, and because it's so lightweight, just a dream to ride. Now this road down here is terrible, and bike's handling it just fine, absolutely fine. There's this little canal here. I keep meaning to stop, give you guys a bit of a view every time I go over here. It's only the 6th time I've been over it today. Better late than ever, I guess, but no one have stalled it. There we go. Thought it was a neutral, but what a gorgeous day. What a gorgeous day.
Okay, so here we are with the obligatory exhaust shot. I think this exhaust looks absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, looks better than the one on the Interceptor and better than the exhaust on the Bear too. Let's see how it sounds. Now, obviously, being a 450cc single, it doesn't sound anywhere near as good, in my opinion, as the twins, but not too shabby.
So who do I think this bike's for? Honestly, anybody. A lot of the time, people say, oh, this would be a good bike for a beginner rider. Oh, it means it's not that quick, it's not that good, you drop it, you don't care. This is pretty nippy. It is really good. And I'd be devastated if I dropped this. Although admittedly, it's shade under £5,000 for a brand new bike. It doesn't cost a huge amount of money, so. But yeah, this really has surprised me, and I'm glad I test rode it. Drove an hour here, 2 hours on the Interceptor, 2 hours on the Bear. I was feeling pretty tired. I nearly said, "No, do you know what? Don't worry. I'll give this one a miss." I'm so glad I didn't do that. So glad.
So the Guerrilla 450 is very much the wild card out of the 3 bikes I've test ridden this morning. The Interceptor speaks for itself. Classic looks, endless charm. It's just a great bike and something I've admired from afar for a long while now. In terms of the Bear, it's the new kid on the block. Looks really cool. Handles fantastically. And this is the anomaly. It doesn't look retro. It looks a little bit wacky. I'm still not sure about the tank. But oh my god, what a bike. I've had so much fun with this bike this morning, and arguably I've had more fun on this than the other 2 bikes I've ridden. It's absolutely fantastic. I loved the look of the Triumph Speed 400, and I thought that was going to be the bike for me on looks alone, but tell you what guys, the engine in this is an absolute peach. Is there anything I don't like about the bike? Not really. Maybe the looks. I'm still not 100% certain on those. I may have just said I don't like the looks of the bike. The more I look at this bike, the more I love it. The pictures online do not do it justice. You need to see one of these in the flesh. Maybe it's because the sun's out today and there's gold paint on it, but it does look good. It really does. But from a riding perspective, dynamically, oh, what a ride. Honestly, I've had so much fun today. So much fun.
Right guys, I think that this is the end of the series. I don't think there are any other bikes that I'd like to test ride, so if you've not seen the previous episodes in the series, go back and check them out. We kicked it off with the BSA Gold Star, then we moved on to the Triumph Speed 400, then the Royal Enfield Interceptor, then the Bear, and now the Guerrilla. I was semi-tempted to try the Kawasaki Z650 RS, but that might happen. But if this is the last video in the series, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comment section below which one of these bikes you think I should buy, or should I just stay with the Street Triple? I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions.
Just a massive thank you to Sycamore Royal Enfield over at Peterborough once again. They've let me take these bikes out back to back. I know they're incredibly busy, so thank you so much for that, guys. As always, folks at home, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Take care, ride safe, and until the next time, goodbye.